Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Mount Deurklink. Now, actually, in the last episode, it was not me who was building, but Ollie414 built this part of the park for me. He made a really cool dark ride here called Santa's Workshop. If you haven't seen the episode, well, I'll link to it in the video description if I don't forget, and also you will be able to find it in the playlist for this park, which is always shown at the end of the video. So yeah, I think Ollie did an incredible job with this dark ride here, and he also made a little twist here. So yeah, I really want to thank Ollie for building this in my park. It just looks amazing. Okay, well yeah, this part of the park is now filled up nicely. I kind of want to expand from here, and the best way to expand from here is to go from here and extend the path in this direction. And right here we have a little hole. I think it will be nice to have a ride like a drop tower, which actually drops the guests into the ground here, like into a mine or sorts, and then up again. Now I'm going to extend the mountain a little bit to this side. I kind of want to do this ride with a nice shoestring. So yeah, I've practiced a bit with it before the episode. I think it will become a really cool ride. Anyway, I'll just start by extending the path, finding a way to do a nice queue, and after that I will start building the ride. Okay, I've now built the place where I want the ride to be. So I put some of these volcano pieces here in the middle, and the coasters or the drop towers will actually drop right in the middle here. So now it's time to actually build the track for it, and yeah, I've got a nice setup to do this. So I will start with the station somewhere underground here. Just need to figure out a bit how much space I'm going to need and stuff. So I will start with the station that is one tile to the side of where the track is going to be. Okay, now that we have this, then I'm going to make an S-bend to the right, still with chain lift. And here I'll stop with the chain lift. Actually, I'm already outside here, so here the track will be visible. So I'll move everything a little bit to the back. Now, this is a setup may not make much sense to you as you're watching me build it right now, but I assure you it will all make sense later, hopefully. So from the station we build forward, S-bend to the right, And here we stop with the chain lift. Now I will temporarily remove the S-band. And from this piece of track here we will build backwards. And here we'll build the S-band again. With the chain lift, that's important. I may need to move it all a little bit more backwards. Okay, so what I've done now is here's the station, these two pieces, then there's one straight track piece with a chain lift, then there's an S-band with a chain lift, and here I merge it into this normal track without a chain lift. And after that we're gonna go backwards again. Here I'll put another S-band. And here at this S-band I'll change into the wooden wild mouse, or actually let's change into the vertical drop roller coaster. And here we'll make a steep section towards vertical. And I also put chain lift on the track. That's just to make it brake a little bit more robustly here. It will probably make more sense later. And here at the station I will connect the tracks again. Now in this section of track I want the train to always go to the straight part. So I'll make sure that the straight part is here at the bottom. So when the train returns back to the station it will go on the straight part. And for this section of track I also want the train to go back to the straight part. So in this section also the straight part's at the bottom. Okay, now there's something else we need to do here. Now we'll make some track that will be invisible later. So for this section I'll switch to the wooden wild mouse, just so we get some track pieces that we're going to need. Here I'll make a sharp turn. And here we change to the vertical drop roller coaster. Okay, I want this to be a little bit more to the back. Okay, and now I will remove this connecting piece here, and here we'll make a track that goes all the way down to where we want the track to end. Now, and just for safety reasons, I will also add some flat track here at the end. Then in case the ride breaks down and it doesn't have a chain lift, and it will just prevent it from crashing should anything unwanted occur. Probably won't be necessary, but it's always good to have some safety. Okay, now here at the top we connect the track again. And here we'll have to do a merge. So I'll look for we want the train here to go to the vertical part. So here I'll try to find the vertical part where they connect. I think it's this piece. So this one goes below the connecting piece, and on this track, which is right next to it, we have to do the same. So here's the part that's at 97, and it has to go below the vertical part. Now you may be wondering what I'm trying to accomplish with this setup. So to show it, I will now change it to the lay-down roller coaster trains. And now I just hope I did it correctly. And let's change the track to a track that I like to use for this, the multi-dimension roller coaster track. And it's 3 trains, so we can always switch it to 4 later if necessary. Now, what am I going to do? Oh, well, first we're gonna need an entrance and an exit. I'll just build them through the track here. Okay, I'm gonna pause the game now. And now I'm going to spawn the train by oops. I first need to set it to powered launch mode so the train can actually spawn without it having a full circuit. So let's say powered launch without passing station. And well, I'll set the launch speed to 0, or just a low number because we can use the chain lift here. Okay, gonna pause the game now and then put the ride in test mode. As you can see, the train has now spawned here, and now the fun part begins. We'll go to the edit ride vehicles. It's a plugin from Basssiiie. I showed it in a tutorial how to use it. Now, normally with the shoestring you often have complicated tracks to split up trains into different vehicles. But we can actually use this plugin to make this much easier for us. So I'll select the ride that we just created, multi-dimension coaster 1, and I'll select vehicle 3. And with the track progress buttons, you can actually move it forwards on the track. So I'm just gonna press the time. I'm just gonna set it to ×10, just so every time we press this button, it moves forward more. So just gonna set the track progress. And you can see the train is now moving forwards on the track. So as you can see, it's now here on this spike. And if I did the merge correctly, if we move it backwards, it will actually move up and down on the vertical track. So now I'm going to move it backwards, and as you can see, it stays on the vertical track when we move it backwards. So right now we have it where we want it. Now this is a train, so all these cars will move at the same speed. So if I let this train go, it will move forwards here on this chain lift until it gets fully at this point where there's no longer chain lift. Then because of gravity, this train will want to move. This car will want to move downwards, so this train will move backwards. It will follow this track here, go on the spike where it will brake this car, and then it will go back to the station. So let's just see how well it works. We may have to move this car a little bit back, because right now it's pretty high up. Alright, time to see how it goes. Okay, as you can see, the train's leaving the station now. It's going over the chain lift. This train is moving to the top, and as you can see, it was still a little bit too high up because it crashes now. That's definitely not what we want. So I'm just pausing the game again, spawning the car, and I'm just going to put it a little bit lower. Okay, this train is now dropping because of gravity, and these cars follow because they're part of the same train. And when the cars reach this point, they should slow this train down again. I've just made this ramp here at this flat part here at the bottom to help it slow down. Not sure if it's necessary, but we'll see. Okay, it actually already slowed down right over here. Maybe I've accidentally put some chain lift here. But yeah, I'll play with this a little bit more, and then we'll see how we can improve this. Alright, I'm really happy with the way this works now. So it will climb almost to the top, and then it will drop down very deep into this shaft, and here before the end it will slow down again, and it will stop here again, and then it will be able to load more guests. Now I will make some of this track invisible here, and then I will add a second track right next to it, which will be a mirror image. I think it will be nice to have these rides dueling next to one another. Alright, I think I've made the ride fairly reliable now. It will now always correctly do its trick, so that's good. Stats are also quite okay. It's always the question with hacked rides like these. So I'm just going to clean up the track pieces a bit that are still visible here. I'm going to give it an entrance here, and I'll also hide an exit here somewhere for the rides. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how they look. I just made some extra track here at the end and also at the bottom. That's just in case the chain lift fails. The chain lift actually helps slow down these trains. So some extra track will just help it slow down a bit, because chain lift failure is one of the most common breakdowns of coasters. So it's probably good to have something in case that happens. Okay, I'm really happy with the way this ride looks. I think it worked out, yeah, it worked out way better than I expected beforehand. So, yeah, what I'm going to do now is simply make this mountain here look a little bit more random, make it look a little bit nicer, and that will be the end for this episode. Okay, I'm really happy with the way everything looks now. I've made a temporary path here, just so it'll be easier for guests to actually reach this ride. Later there will be a more permanent path going up here, somewhere over here. Maybe I'll let it follow the hill here. But yeah, that will be something for our next episode. I might work a little bit more on decorations later, but I think it looks really nice so far. I probably need to work a bit more on these volcano rocks. Actually, I'll immediately do that quickly. Okay, that was it for this episode. Well, yeah, we could follow a train around the track, but you will only see the underground part. So that's probably not worth it for this episode. So I'm just going to leave you with this nice underground view of the track. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It was nice for me to do some more shoestringing and to actually work a bit more with this ride vehicle editor. It's a really fun tool, and yeah, it's a great plugin, and definitely makes doing this kind of stuff much easier. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.